Previously on Empyrion Galactic Survival. What we're gonna want to look for our first ARV line right here. Alright, so here we have, it's a solar powered thing. So there's no fuel tank, it's completely solar powered. There, okay. Right there, so I can pop out here if I need to recover, like so. And we can fill these with oxygen. We're going to put it right near the oxygen station. Bing! Okay. And you ought to start getting solar power soon. And let's head back to the starter biome, or the crash site, and see what kind of stuff we can pick food-wise specifically. Alright, we're over here in the crash site now. And right away I went ahead and got some fruits. Let's see what we got this direction. I think I'm gonna go on foot so we can get some more herbal leaves. I see 3 more fruit trees. Vegetable, eggplant. I remember when eggplants used to be extremely valuable, because when you were on your they were required for crafting the what do you call them, the food, the emergency rations, and they were one of the few plants that were required that you could not grow. And so you had to go out and scout for eggplants. And whenever you found them, you would want to make a note of where they were, or at least I did. I don't know about other people, but it made it really interesting having them be, you know, something that you couldn't grow and had to go out and find. It was annoying, but interesting. Also, the fact that they only grew on certain planets, the arid planets specifically. You could not get eggplants on the starter planet, with the temperate planet. So it was a benefit for starting on the arid planet, but it was also, you know, if you started on the temperate planet, you had to go and find the eggplants. Of course, at the time they called it a desert planet, not an arid planet. That was before they redistributed the name of desert to a true desert planet. Oh great, look, radiated fog's coming in again. That's gonna be fun. Almost there, just a bit more. Okay, now I'm level 5. Good. I'm just gonna gather a few more trees to turn into fuel. Alright, let's head back, because we don't want to get wiped out by this radiated fog. I mean, it's not that bad to start with, and it only gets up to, I think, 7, maybe 8. And so that's not that bad. My personal rads ought not to get that high, so while we're coming back this way, let's take a look at this small wreckage that's right here. Is this one that we've already taken a look at, or is it one that we have not? Yes. And of course, here comes the creepy sound because of the fog. Alright, now that we're back over here, let's see. This is currently on at 0%. What percentage are you at? You're at 0%. Why are you going down? Oh, because I actually have you making stuff. Okay, well, I'm going to put these in here. Okay. I'm gonna put these over in here. Let's do that. And let's see, if I have you make some steaks, are you gonna go down? Oh, it's not gone down yet, and it made one steak. Got 1 minute left. I might end up having to give this a fuel tank and generator as well. Okay. Let's put these in here. And so that should keep this going, even though its battery is low. Let's turn that off, and that ought to help. So there's some more oxygen. You are doing well. You are going to need a generator and fuel tank, and I'll put some fuel and stuff in you as well. Yeah, because you're now... I can turn this off. Okay, and you ought to be... Oh, I need to turn that on. I was thinking, why isn't it done yet? Well, that would be because it... Wow, it is hot out there. Okay. And you are still making stuff. Okay, there's the fuel tank. So I'll put this, like with this one, I will put it here. And then when it's done making the generator... Oh, it's still got to make a whole bunch of stuff. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't make these steps. I could have made these as stairs to get up in here, but... Alright, now I can put a generator on you here. and fill you up. And not to have to worry about my refrigerators dying. That's the main reason I went ahead and did that with this one. So that the refrigerators don't die. And now that you're done with that, I can shut that off. Okay. So, S.O.V. Bay. Stone dust. I need 374 stone dust. Concrete blocks use 1 cement. 1 cement uses 2 stone dust. So 374 would be half that number is 150 plus 35 plus 2. So 185, 187. Okay. Next, silicon ingots, 31. Copper ingots, 24. So 24. That's that. Silicon ingots is 31. That makes 12, which makes 12. 31 minus 12 is 19? Okay. And then 14 iron ingots. 14 iron ingots. We are going to need... That'll be 14 iron ingots. And then the carbon substrate. There we go. Now, are you... Alright, you've got some more. I can put this into here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to start this. We're going to sleep and we're going to see if my fuel remains. Okay. My fuel is gone, but I should have a bit more made in here. Let's put half of it in here. Do you still have fuel? A little bit. Let's put some in here. Okay. You ran out of fuel while making... You see, it would not normally have run out of fuel. That's one thing that really bugs the heck out of me, is it uses a large amount of fuel compared to what it actually ends up making. Alright, so I'm going to wait for that to make up what it's making up. And then we'll go ahead and make the S.O.V. bay. Alright, so we now have all the things we're going to need. I'm going to go ahead and connect to this. And, factory. Okay. So I'm going to put this all down here. And then we can pull up the factory. So we've got exact number of stone dust, exact number of copper, exact number of silicone, exact number of iron. Start production. Yay! So now, the S.O.V. bay. Now, I'm going to set this out here. Now, it's facing the opposite direction of the way I want it, so... Okay. That's weird. All right, well, I'm going to come out this way. That door, that front door is the reason why it's so expensive. Okay, there we go. Now, let's see. If I put this here, I'll log out in the back end for the thing. Okay, so this really shouldn't use a whole lot of power, even when it's on, which it should pop on in a second. Yeah. So, yeah, 1 minute. We really ought to be okay with power with this. That's interesting, the green thing popping on and off. But in any case, so now that we have the S.O.V bay, our next goal is to spawn an S.O.V. Now, right at the moment, the only S.O.V we can spawn is the Mark 1, which is a level 3. Now, I've been considering trying to find a way to change the S.O.V bay to a level 3, but because the door is a level 5 and you need the door for air tightness, yeah, it's kind of a pain. But in any case, so to spawn the S.O.V Mark 1, the S.O.V Mark 2 is a level 10 because it has the drills, and the S.O.V Mark 3 has the laser drills, so we're not even going to worry about those for a while. But the S.O.V Mark 1 doesn't require a whole lot of stuff. We might actually be able to go ahead and make it. I'm not going to worry about too much about that green thing. It'll go away when we come back. So let's see if I cancel all that. Copper ingots, 96. Half of 96. Let's see, half of 6 is 3, half of 90 is 45, so 45 plus 3, 48. So that's 48, okay. That'll get us the copper. Silicone is 77, well, that'll give us 48, so 49, 50, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And of course it powers down. Once I get this S.O.V, my fuel problems will be solved. Let me get these. I'm going to go ahead and put it over here. Okay. These, do you have any fuel left? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab the fuel out of all y'all because you're not going to need it for a while. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to pop this into here. So we got a little bit of fuel going while we're making up fuel. And so that we can make up all this stuff. Okay, so we've got the copper, we've got the silicone, carbon substrate, 91. We've got 6. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that'll give us the 91 we need. Iron, 66. So 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3. And we ought to be good. Provided we have enough silicone to make all of these, we should be good with resources. Now, I might have to go find another silicon source. Or go around looking for silicon at that. There's the Elder's Tomb. Okay, well, it looks like we really might have to go looking for some more silicon somewhere. There should be 8 more silicon deposits on the map somewhere. Not sure where, but once we get our S.O.V in play, we'll be able to search around quite expediently. Alright, so it does look like we ran out of silicone. We got the 96 copper, but that only gives us 45 silicone. and we only got 7. So I'm actually going to have to go out and look for some silicone right now. So I'm going to head out and try to find some silicone. I'm not sure why when I saw some before I didn't gather it, but... Alright, so we've got our first battle right here. We've got a couple of spiders. They're low level, but it's a fight for the silicon resources. That's right. Run away, run away, run away, run away. And down. Nice. Okay. Woo. So I'm up here in the mountains, just a little bit of ways away from the base. And the low mountains, I'm heading up higher, but I'm keeping an eye out for silicone as I go. Is that a cricket? That's a cricket. I'm not going to bother the cricket, but it's a cricket. But I figured the mountains have silicone deposits or silicon rocks. And so for my needs, right now for my needs, I think I need like another 10 or so ores. Is that a silica? Whoa, 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 whoa. Back up. Let me get back up to the top up here. Okay, stable round. Is that a silicon deposit or is it not? If it is, it's worth going down for. There's a silicon deposit over there. Okay. And that may be another silicon deposit down here. Okay, yeah. Oh, great. We're in another heat wave. That's going to be fun. Oh, one more right there. Nice. Okay. Now I should be able to head on back. And get out of this heat. All right, and into the water again, as always. Okay. Let's quickly get out of the heat. I keep forgetting which one's the shower. I really ought to have them turned the other way, but for privacy purposes, in case you had, you know, multiple people, I put it over there. Okay. So, there we go. And now I think the only thing we need is more... let's see. That... carbon substrate. Okay. Let's get this over here, crafting up some sausages, or I guess grilled steak, because I don't have any spice. Okay. Now, let's see. 66. I need 22 more silicon. So, there we go. Back in here, cooling off. Let's grab some O2. These ought to have completed their cycle. And I've got more than enough left in here that I will need. And that's still down to 4 minutes. It might reduce it a bit once these are done. All right. 22. Oh, and I guess I went far enough away that this the weird green square disappeared. Okay. Start production. 4 minutes. All right. Blueprint successfully finished. So now we can spawn in the S.O.V Mark 1. Right there. Haha. Okay. So I'm going to need a bit of fuel. You have the fuel? You have the fuel. Okay. So we can put fuel inside here. And we have ourselves an S.O.V. Now, the S.O.V, which stands for Single Occupancy Vehicle, is a workhorse primarily used for resource gathering. Now, they're not the fastest of hover vessels. They're not very aerodynamic. They don't have a whole lot of thrust. You can increase their thrust by increasing their the thruster that they have. But, oh, nice. They improved the cruise thing. That's nice. But the important thing about the S.O.V is its capabilities as a what do you call it? A harvester. And it can hold a decent amount of stuff. It can also defend itself with its little harvester thing if it needs to. Now, the S.O.Vs did used to be a lot faster back before this update, just because they didn't cap the max speed of hover vessels based off of thrust and aerodynamics and all that. But the S.O.V can climb just about any terrain. So you don't really have to worry about too much of going around and stuff like that. So we're headed over to the crash site biome right now to get a little bit of fuel, or wood, I guess, to make biofuel. And, all right, here we are. And so we can gather up wood logs a lot faster with this. And I'm not going to grab the orange trees. I'm going to leave those for food. But in case you're wondering, the S.O.V does require a RCS, but that's nothing major, as you can see. Okay, yeah, I forgot the thing turns red when you're in range of a tree or something as well. Okay, so the S.O.V, it has a couple of regular cargo boxes which can be exchanged for a for extending your harvest cargo box, because it was level 3. And let's see, hover vessel. It was level 3, and those are level 5, and I wanted that to stay a level 3. Although I suppose if I make it level 5, would make sense to go along with the whatchamacallit, to go along with the S.O.V bay. It wouldn't change the resources required much at all, if at all. We're almost full. You can see on the left over there the harvest box amount, which is nice. We're 76% full. 84% full. You see that? I like that. I like that. I didn't know it did that. One more tree ought to do it if I can find a non-fruit tree. There's one out this direction. There's a couple out this direction. This one's closer, I think. We're gonna come over here, grab this last tree here, and then head back to the base camp. There we are, 96% full. And heading back to the base camp. Alright, we're coming back up on the base camp, and we are... there's the floating square. And we are now in radiated fog. So, yay, radiated fog. So, let's come on over here. And I guess I could just turn it off. Okay. And then S.O.V container controller. There we go. Now, I think I am going to go ahead and I'm going to... Let's see, where is the cargo boxes, container controller extension. And I'm going to make 2 extensions to this. And I'm going to put them here and on the other side where these are. Because... And then, actually, I need to do 3. 1, 2, 3. And I can go ahead and get that. And this. There was stuff in this one because I spawned it in. That happens sometimes still. So I've got a free multi-tool. Yay! So I can go ahead and extend this. So now I can hold 3 times the amount of stuff. So I can carry, what was that? That was like 30. That was 20 something. So I can now carry a lot more in my S.O.V. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to redock the S.O.V in the S.O.V bay. And right here, back it up. And in and docked. Okay. And I'm going to call it a night. Not just because of the night, but and I'm not going to sleep through the night because I don't want to waste what little precious fuel I have in there. And well, let's see. Are you actually making anything? No. Let's turn you off. Let's turn you off. I'm going to eat this. Eat that. Give me some oxygens. Okay. And I'm going to call it a night. I'm probably just going to sit here and wait throughout the night Wait for that to make its stuff and everything, just so that those don't waste fuel. But in any case, that's going to be it for these episodes. I hope everybody enjoyed these episodes. If you did, smash that like button for me. And if you want to see more Empyrion Galactic Survival, go ahead and subscribe. I'm KnowItAllDM, and as always, y'all have a good day now.